What is going on, everybody? Around the back here. Here we are at the Mercury 225 1996. We've found that we've had a terrible amount of play on the bottom bushing here. And when you're taking the skeg off, of course, when you grab the skeg in the gearbox, you can actually move the motor up and down. Turns out these are bottom motor mounts here. They were heavily corroded in. I don't quite know how I'm going to get that stainless bolt out yet. It's a bit of a worry because it is stainless, so it's quite hard. And as you can see, it's just completely corroded in there. So both the engine mounts here have cracked. There's a stainless bolt there that didn't crack. So I've got to get two new engine mount covers. I haven't even seen what the engine mount looks like on that side, but on this side, I can't even rotate it. This is the engine mount as of today. So next plan in the maintenance before we head away is to get in here and cut these bolts, because what they did in the Mercury factory is they put the bolt head at this end. I don't quite know what they were thinking when they did that. Maybe that it'll never wear out, but it's worn out. So what I've seen other guys do on YouTube is cut the bolt there, excuse me, cut the bolt down the other side there. This yoke here drops down. Now it only drops down, looks like I might only get 20 millimeters, 25 maybe, out of it. But it drops down and exposes the shaft in there that I'm really hopeful has enough left of it. It's not all corroded out. Has enough left of it to clean it out completely and put some CRC 665 or something like that in it anyway. So 665 I think it is. But anyway, I'll figure that out. A lot of people have been having success with it. You put it in and put it all back together, and it seems to withstand and hold and stand up to the torque. The top bearing up here, or bush up here, is fine. Other than being rusted out, this shaft here is very scaly but still solid. So this is just regular maintenance that we've been going through. Connor took the cover off at the weekend and water blasted it because it was just green with moss. You can still see it's got quite a bit of green on it. I don't like not having it undercover. It's been undercover most of its life. Paint's starting to chip away in places, so I'm going to order some more. Bits and bobs here. We're going to fix the rub rail. And I've got to paint this hood properly this time because it's all crazy cracked and gone nuts. And we've had many years of just quick paint jobs on it. But I'd like to actually have a crack and go with some metal plate. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, you know, more paint coming off here. It's been on for a few years now, the red strip, and it looks really good in the sun. So can't wait to get into fixing this as well. The trailer actually looks okay. Last holiday we went on, it was a freshwater holiday. We went to a lake. See the paint's come off there. Bit of galvanising showing, which is good. Also, I don't know how this happened, but we've got a smack. I don't know what did that. I'm not worried about it. I mean, it's certainly fixable. I'll be able to fix that, no problem at all, but a bit of a nasty crack. Fairly certain that didn't happen when we were out in it. Looks like someone might have backed their car into it, perhaps. Bloody teenagers.
2 weeks later.
G'day, mate. Angus. Oi. Angus. Hello. What you up to this morning? Hey? What you up to this morning, buddy? You gonna harass Connor? What? What do you want? Yeah. Mad Max Down Under is busy on this first November weekend of summer. Connor and I are working on Mad Max. Panning over here, Leroy is prepping his ute for rust repair, and everybody's getting ready. So around here, last time we spoke, we were waiting on the engine mount caps to go on here and the CRC to go on this bit here. We have those. The only thing we're lacking now are the bolts that go through there and there. And from what I've been reading, the only paint that will really stick onto this that's widely available here is Rust-Oleum. It seems to go on and stay on. So we're going to head into town and grab some Rust-Oleum. But for now, my next trick, really, if I could call it a trick, I've actually started on this impact repair here. No, you're not in the way. So there was a line, I'm pretty sure I filmed it. I might not have though because I had resin left over. Excuse me, I'm trying to film. So there was an impact that went right through, so I've put 2 layers of glass fibre. I'm just going to buff this back around here now, and then I've got fiberglass Bondo here that I'm going to smooth that over with and clean it up, and then Connor can go back to making stupid noise.
The next morning.
Well, okay, day 2 on Mad Max. I made a bit of an issue yesterday. Brand new tin of Bondo, quite expensive, $30. Fiberglass, so it's got the long hair in it, and it didn't go off. So now I'm removing it. Yippity doo. But hey, I don't know, I put hardener in it and it was brand new, so I don't understand it. But now I've got to clean it all off with acetone and start again. But anyway, we'll get back to you when it's sanded up and nice and smooth. Okay, what am I missing? So new Bondo, already going hard. That's cool. Discovered something a little bit concerning, and I had a little poke and a prod and found a hole, a very large hole. It had green fiberglass Bondo over it, so it would have been me that bogged over it to start with. Probably some kind of repair, and it was smooth as, ready to go. And I saw a little wee black dot right in the middle, so I poked it with my finger and it was soft. So I poked a little bit harder and it was soft, so I got my craft knife and I just started to dig a little bit of the Bondo out. And the more I dug, the more it just popped out. Like it looked like I'd glued it with construction adhesive. It had that kind of texture to it. Here's some of it down here. Just very flexible and bendy, but not dry. It felt not very strong. So now this goes right through. I'm really pleased that I found it. So now I've got to do a massive fiberglass job on this side, but at least I've caught it here. Heaven forbid it's in the transom, but this is just part and parcel of owning a boat from 1984, I guess. But yeah, so I'll have to mix up a brew and strengthen that as best I can. Cheers.
3 hours later.
Okay, we've got thunderstorm approaching. Just quickly before I zip that up, I have filled every single millimeter of the hole with fibre. Give that a quick roll up. It doesn't look as though it's... So I'll just give it a roll in the upward position, just to keep it where it's meant to be. Get all the air bubbles out, and then I'm going to double up this tarp. I'll double up the tarpaulin. There we go. Better do it now. Yeah, no, just big rain.
Meanwhile.
Damn, the life of Angus Clyde McIntyre. What are you doing? Showing everyone our messy yard. Cheers. Trot, trot, trot. Yes, this little dog brings everything out he possibly can while I'm here. Yes, he likes brooms. I put some PVC tape on here. and put some Bondo in the nicks and the tucks. Very annoyed to find out that the other day after the rain, resin that I put in the cracks here has run down here and left terrible, terrible marks. Don't quite know how to get that off. This is one that we've semi-masked up that I didn't Bondo because it wasn't ready. I'm going to Bondo up pretty much the crack, sand it as close as I can get it along there, and then hit it with hot sting red and then some clear, and that should hide all the nasty nicks and defects that we've got. The Connor knocking the motorbike over in the barn scenario here, that's okay. We've got all that under control. A little wee nick here and a dong there and a ding here. But that's gone hard, and it's stupid weather's trying to threaten to rain. But what else have we been up to today?
4 to 6 days later.
Right. We've seen that there. That's sanded to, I think, 180. Come around the front here. One that I was doing an hour ago. There we go. So that's flat, smooth and sanded. It needs a wee bit of the green stuff now just to fill in the pop marks. Same with along here. There was a chip and a chunk missing. So that's sanded back, ready for a little bit. And under here, whoa, just hunks missing where osmosis, I suppose, if I left it, could actually form. But that's all groovy. And there's a couple of other wee holes in places that I've just filled, and I'm about to go over it again very shortly. But we're just manoeuvring all the vehicles at the moment. So Leroy's moving his BMW out. And who's this in the boat? Who's that? G'day, mate. This is Angus's first time in Mad Max. But I'm hopeful and sure that it won't be his last. I don't know where Connor's gone. He's just disappeared. But anywho, we'll get round here. What do you reckon, buddy? You get quite comfortable in here, eh? This is going to be fun. Hopefully we can all go away at Christmas time to Pitton. Yeah. And you can have a ride in the boat. You're probably going to love it. You'll probably just sleep through it, actually. He's such a funny little dude. He sleeps. He just goes to sleep all the time. What are you doing, mate? No, no. That's how you be dog overboard straight away. No, you sit on the seat, fella. We don't want DOB or MOB or GOB. We don't want anyone overboard. No, we don't, do we? Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we're getting along. I'm going to be pulling out the fuel sensor, which is, sorry, not the fuel sensor, I can't even remember what it's called, I'm so tired, and fiberglassing it in. So here he comes. And guess his first movement in Mad Max. He's about tried to jump overboard before. He could do it in the water and survive, but crikey, he'd land on all sorts of things. Here we go. Yeah, bub.
4 to 6 more days later.
Another update on Mad Max. We have just put a couple of rough coats on the leg here. Very glossy, but also very orange peely, so I will give it a real fine wet sand. Put the final coat on when we have the leg on. We've got all the bits now to install the 660 on here and bolt that back up with a C-clip in there, so we may get onto that today. But project number one for me is got to refinish the side around here. I put a very small skim of Bondo on there, but it needs more. That was the hole that needs filling. Gone it along here and just, I haven't even given this a cut and a polish yet, but there's a few touch-up wee bits that I filmed earlier. You can see them, but you have to look for them and know where they are. So that's okay, and we've got less than 3 weeks to get this painted. and hopefully clear coated with just a real nice red glitter in it, ready to go. So today, first order of the day for me is Bondo, and then I'm going to flip the petrol tank sender out, the gas tank sender out, pull the gasket off, and I'm going to fiberglass it in, bed it in there, and just let it sit for the next 3 weeks and go hard, because apparently fiberglass is impervious to fuel. So we're going to give that a shot. Every other time we've gone out in it, we've sealed it up like 2 days before and then put it in the water with a full tank of gas and it's leaked. So we're going to try it the other way and get it done 3 or 4 weeks before we use it. Cool.